That's probably why. Yeah, there you go. Y'all should be able to hear me, right? Yeah, that's good anyway. We got to wait for some more people to get in here. First off, want to give all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High God, but now Yahweh. We do so in the name of His only begotten Son, of Mashiach Yahweh Shai. There we are. All good, all good. Yahweh Shem Shai Barakatah out the water. The brother Israel times near. We also see that the sister Princess Erica says she in the hospital right now with her baby brother. So, we'll definitely keep you in mind, what I mean, and send prayers up for your baby brother. We appreciate you for still tuning in, man. Appreciate the support. So we got you, sis. No problem. No problem. Shalom to everybody tuned in, man. Listen. Y'all done see me on, Chiefs, lives. I've been, seeing a lot of things, just sitting back observing. I've commented here and there, like I said, on Chiefs lives, but man, this stuff is really starting to get out of hand with our brother Kanye, or excuse me, our brother Ye, aka or formerly known as Kanye West. And to be honest, just that point right there, basic respect of referring to the brother as, he's requested or as he's put out there that that's his name. And especially for those of us in the truth, for us that, have come into the understanding of who we are, where we try to disassociate ourselves with, our colonizer, our enslaver, our oppressor. We understand how that feels. And most of the brothers that you guys watch on the internet, most of the brothers and sisters that you guys support and tune into daily, have done the same thing with just the way we identify ourselves. Everybody that comes on here, you guys recognize and, respect me as Cat or Tazama or Taz, any of the various different ways that you guys refer to me, identify me as. Nobody, unless you knew me from being in the world, refers to me as my CASHAPP name, Jordan Ward. No one does. And that's one of the explanations that Ye gave as to why he chooses to call himself after, in this new name, right? Ye. He says, listen, West is an enslaver's name. West is an oppressor's name, a colonizer's name. I don't want to be referred to as that. Yet you still have so many different people of our own people still calling him Kanye West. You still have so many people, excuse me, I need some water. You still have so many people on the opposite side, the people that he's going up against, the people that he's speaking about and challenging, still calling him Kanye West. How many of them would still call Caitlyn Jenner Bruce? Right. And I really just wish that Ye would bring that point up instead of the Muhammad Ali reference or the Muhammad Ali example. Although he's correct, although it's spot on, they don't care about us. When you make references as to how they were oppressing us before, they don't really care. They never had intention to stop oppressing us that way. They only want to continuously oppress us and continuously chastise us in real subtle ways. Something simple like my name is Ye, as many times as he said that, why does that be overlooked by other things that he stated? Again, the whole petition and the whole campaign against Kanye West right now is that he's being disrespectful, he's being insensitive, and he's being all of these various different things, all the while We are watching people do that very thing to him. It's crazy. So got a few things that, I wanted to go into, a few videos that I wanted to showcase and point out that you just wouldn't believe, man. The very thing that this man is saying about how they look at us, how they treat us, how they have been treating him, things that we wouldn't even be aware of, we wouldn't know of. Different settings, different company that this brother has been in, you would never know. So when he comes out and speak on it, we got a lot of our people that just automatically want to just stand against it, and they're just being ignorant. They're just being blind to what a lot of us know is obvious, but they're being blind to what the brother is shedding light on, and they want to remain in darkness. I got a few scriptures. We got a lot of people tuned in tonight, man. Or I said tonight. It'd be so dark in this room. I'd be feeling like it's nighttime. We got a lot of people tuned in today, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you guys share. Let's get this out, man. We got some good info that we want to get into today. So I got that. Boom. All right. Share my screen. I'm about to say, where in the world? Share my screen. Let's do Chrome tab. Okay. So we're going to start at verse. Let's start at verse 9. Well, no, let's start at verse 6, right? Isaiah 29:6, it says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and a flame of devouring fire." And the Lord has been visiting us already in that manner. So many different natural disasters, so many different earthquakes, wildfires, hurricanes, all of these different things, right? Not to mention the day in which he's going to return and execute judgment on this place. We're going to see the same thing, but we've already been seeing it. So things like that haven't even begin to awaken our people or begin to cause our people to sit back, open their eyes, and recognize what's going on before us, right? It says, "In the multitude of all the nations that fight against Israel, even all that fight against her and her munition, and all that distress her shall be as a dream of a night vision," right? These people are going to pass away. The people that we're cleaving onto so hard, the people that we love so much, and the people that the people whose side we'd rather jump on to fight against our own people, the scriptures are saying they're going to be as a dream or as a night vision. They're going to pass away right before our eyes. So why do we want to join ourselves unto them so strong? Why do we want to take their side and defend them, right, and condemn ourselves? It's crazy, especially when you have those of our nation, a brother like Ye, that's coming out and exposing just how much they hate you, just how much they stand against you, and that they are the very people that they once were today. They're still the same people. They have not changed. It's the same thing. Like I said, subtle things. We're going to start small, and then we're going to get to, the bigger issues, the more serious crimes. But little things like, my name is Jay. You'll acknowledge how wrong and how sick, twisted, and disgusting slavery is. You have to recognize that's where I got my name, from that very sick and twisted act or event in history. You'll acknowledge that. So why is it that when I'm trying to step away from it, you want to hold me to that situation? If a woman gets divorced and, let's just say that there's this big scenario or situation on the internet, or rather in the media, she gets divorced. She was a victim of domestic violence. And the first thing, that she wants to do with her divorces, she wants to remove her husband's last name, this person that was so abusive and so evil towards her. You think that they wouldn't be mindful to call her after her maiden name, or the name that she changes it back to, or that she changes it to after taking away this abusive, evil person's last name that she once had? You don't think that you don't think people will be mindful of that and sensitive to her pain and her suffering? But when it comes to us just as black people, they don't give a damn. And they're mindful of that, right? Verse 8. It shall be even, or excuse me, it shall even be as when an hungry man dreameth, and behold, he eateth, but he awaketh, and his soul is empty. And as when a thirsty man dreameth, and behold, he drinketh, and he awaketh, and behold, he is faint, and his soul hath appetite. So shall the multitude of the nations be that fight against Mount Zion. All of these people that you love so much, and that you want to hold on to and grasp onto, and that you hunger and thirst after, there's an appetite that we have to love our enemies. There's a hunger that we have. It's a desire, it's a yearn, it's a craving. It's powerful that the Lord likens it unto food and drink, because those are the type of cravings that we have. You get thirsty. Sometimes you don't just want something to drink, you want something specific. We don't just want to love other nations, we want to love white people. It's something very specific. White people is that Kool-Aid that you grew up on, right? And I make a point to say that it's Kool-Aid because that's the phraseology, that's the term, that's the phrase that's used. You've drank the Kool-Aid when you've bought into something that is wrong, that is contrary to your benefit. You've drank the Kool-Aid, and white people have been that for us. This Kool-Aid that's with hella sugar, right? We know that sugar creates that craving, that processed sugar. That's all they are. This is about the processed artificial sweeteners. They give us a false idea that what they have for us and what they are going to put forth, or what we can get from them, is a benefit, is a nutrients, is sufficient for us, and it's not. It's a false idea. Smooth words, but war is in their heart, right? And the scriptures is saying all those that fight against us, they're going to be as that craving that you have, and as if you've obtained something, but when you wake up, you're still absent of that. You still lack whatever it is that you were craving. And that's what it is when we go and seek help or salvation from our oppressor, the so-called white man. Let's keep reading. Verse 9, stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. It says they are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. You can't tell me right now that our people are not drunken, meaning to overindulge, to be fully submerged into the culture that Kanye is speaking against, that Ye is speaking against. You can't tell me that. For this man to come out and again exposed, lift up the skirt, right? Bring out the shame that these people have been trying to hide from us, and he's pinpointing these things that is done behind closed doors that's against us. And for our people to look at that, overlook all of that, and focus in on what I will say is an incorrect statement, or what I feel like is an incorrect statement about George Floyd. But to be honest, even as much as I want to stand against the statement, I have to admit and be honest, I don't know much about it. This is the crazy part, especially when we understand in the scriptures, it speaks about, bearing a false witness, and that upon a judgment being rendered to someone, you have to go and make diligent inquisition before anyone can sit here and, one, tell you what Ye meant when he spoke on George Floyd, and two, that he was wrong for it or that it was incorrect. You'd have to be able to defend it and present a case, or what we always say, an antithesis against it, an antithesis against it. I don't know much about the case to say that it was wrong, or that, or that it was incorrect. I don't know much about it. I've heard before from various different people just listening on the internet that there was, the toxicology report came back saying that, he was under the influence of something. I've also heard that, it could have been fentanyl. I don't know the facts of the matter, but that statement didn't take away from everything else that this man said. It didn't take away from or invalidate everything else that this man said. So now you have two sets of people coming against Ye and just completely drowning out what he's trying to tell us, the message he's trying to put forth, which is so many. The fact that Black people are a part of the nation of Israel, the fact that there is a community out there that are profiting off of us degrading, demeaning, and despising ourselves and destroying ourselves. There's a community that's profiting off of that, and that they don't care, and that he's tired of it, and he is taking a stand to work against those things and to try to undo this, how would I say it, to undo these efforts, to try to counter these efforts to destroy ourselves. These are the curses that we are always talking about, man. Right? So it says they are drunken, but not with wine, although we are still drunken with wine too. Listen, we're psychologically or we're mentally drunken with philosophy, with ideology, with belief systems, with fear, with sorrows. We're drunken with those things. We're drunken with this false idea that the people that's been oppressing us is the ones that have all the answers and the ones that's going to save us. We're drunken with that. Then we turn around and it's almost like there's a subconscious feeling. There's a subconscious idea and a truth that we still hold to ourselves, but then it's coupled with that fear. We know better. We know disrespect, and we can sense disrespect when we see it. We can. But we have no knowledge. We have no wherewithal as to how to go about fixing it or how to go about challenging it. And then it's coupled with the fear of, I'm going to be ostracized. I'm going to be outcast. I'm going to be publicly ridiculed and shamed. The very thing our brother Ye is talking about. I'm willing to risk it all. Right? There's so many scriptures that are coming to mind. I want to finish this though. It says, they stagger, but not with strong drink. So, we have no set position. We're not grounded. We're not solid on anything. We will sit here and waver from point to point. We're not walking a straight and narrow. We have nothing solid that we stand on, as if we're drunk and as if we're suffering from strong drink. Here's the point. Verse 10, for the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep and have closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, hath he covered. We haven't seen anything like this in a long time from somebody of such a high stature. Of course, you see brothers on the street corner, every week preaching the gospel, the true gospel, which is the liberty and the salvation of Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, being the Israelites you read about in the Bible. You see that all the time on the street corners, but nobody has status to where, again, it's getting this type of publicity. But when it does, you got the people that should be supporting them as the prophets, as the rulers. Their eyes have been covered and they have the spirit of deep sleep upon them. Right? Let me get a precept real quick. All right, we got 138 in the building today. We getting up there. It's so much stuff, man, that we seeing right now. That's a problem. I think it's Matthew 12. Watch this, be my disciple. Luke 14:26, it says, if any man come to me and hate not his father, his mother, and wife, and children, and brethren, and sisters, yeah, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. These are the things you have to put on the line. These are the things that you have to sacrifice, and you have to possibly jeopardize in order to follow the way of Christ and to actually be in the way of truth. Ye keeps saying it. He says, I put my own life on the line. I sacrifice my own life. He understands and knows that, you know, he could jeopardize time with his children. He can jeopardize, you know, his business relationships. He could jeopardize. I mean, he's already he's already jeopardized his marriage, right? And it's crazy. Like I said, a lot of people don't even speak about it. And I'm not even trying to throw him under the bus. I just find it surprising that even when it comes to their own cause, they overlook it to go and plead the case of their oppressor, the so-called white man, the Jewish man in particular. What do? When it says that if any man come to me and hate not his father and mother, yea, somebody could make the case that Ye threw his mother under the bus. I don't think that was his intention, but he exposed the influence. He exposed the pressure that his mother was under to take him away from his father. He placed blame. He pointed the finger like my mother is a contributing factor as to why my relationship with my father is impaired. He exposed that, but it was for the sake of truth. It wasn't to shame Donda. It wasn't to take away from what she did to him. We can all go look at the documentary Yeezus and see just how supportive she was. Shit. We all wish we could have, you know, somebody like Kanye West's mom in our corner. We don't take anything away from her, but we have to also recognize and call a spade, and we only give credit to where it is due. As supportive, as a mother, absolutely. But what a father could have came in and been an even more of an influence and could have been even more of an encouragement to Kanye. There was pressures, environmental pressures that his mother was put under to do what? To take him away from that. That's a problem. And we can see that going on. We can see that going on, not just with Kanye West, but with our entire nation. Ye understands that, and then what? He wants to speak on it, but all y'all can focus on is him telling you about something he's seen on a documentary. He never confirmed whether or not he agrees with this. He never confirmed whether or not this is now the position or the stance he takes on the matter. He spoke very, very ambiguously on it, and he's so long-winded that you have to wait to the end of his statement or his stories or his rants, whatever you want to call it, to understand what the man is saying. I can understand that. You want to know why? Because I'm long-winded. And I feel the exact same way. People want to sit up here and cut you off in the middle of what you're saying as if they know where you're going with it, as if they know the direction you're going in. You don't know the direction that I'm going in. People will cut you off in the middle of what it is that you're saying as if you're in my mind and you can dictate or you can, like I said, guess the outcome or the end goal. You don't. Another reason why I can understand where Ye is coming from, or a lot of Ye's stories, is because I get this. Not only do I do it, but I get this stuff from my mother. And that's not me throwing my mother under the bus. My mom will tell you straight up, she's long-winded. You ask my mom a simple question, she will take you back to 1973. And she will walk you from 73 back to 2022 in order to give you the full context and understanding of the story. To a lot of people, to most people, 99%, it's annoying as hell. It's very tedious. It's very aggravating and annoying, and I get it. My mother annoys me sometimes when she does it, especially when she's repetitive. She starts just saying the same thing over and over again. I've heard the story from 73, Mom, but again, you see the same thing that Ye's doing. He's repeating the same things, the same talking points, because this is how it's lined up in his mind. In order for me to get you to understand why I'm saying things or why I'm taking such a strong stand, why I'm being so belligerent right now, you have to understand the things that I've been going through. Do you know what the Kardashians were doing? And when they linked up with the Clintons, do you understand what was going on? Do you understand what I witnessed? Do you understand what happened, you know, when I have had conversation or when I've been in that household and the type of relationships they have with people and the way that they maneuver, the way that they go about stuff? Were you there when they kidnapped my children in broad damn daylight? Were you there? If you don't understand that, and you can't be patient enough to let him finish his statement, no matter what examples I use, whether you agree with them or not, recognize that they are examples, or they are in connection as to what my point that I'm making when I get to the end of what I'm saying. If you can't wait for that, you're gonna have a problem, and you're gonna always butcher what it is that I'm saying. You're gonna always butcher that. Saying all that to say, it says that if you do not despise those things or hate those things, you can't call yourself a disciple. You can't call yourself, to go out and fight that good fight, to go out and walk that path of faith, to be the disciple and going to spread the message of Christ. These are the things you're going to have to suffer. These are the things that's going to be on the line. Verse 27, and whosoever doeth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. You see that? You got to bear that cross. What's that cross? All of the different affliction, all of the stones that's going to be thrown at you, all of the different type of people that's going to persecute you, speak ill of you, right? That's going to curse you and wish harm and death upon you. And we're witnessing our brother Ye go through those very things. Although, again, I have to put this disclaimer out. Ye for sure still has work to do. Ye still has a lot of learning to do. But just in terms of, your willingness, in terms of, now watch this. Matter of fact, let's go up. Verse 28. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he has sufficient to finish it? Although our brother Ye has a lot of learning to do, although our brother Ye has, a lot of information that he should acquire so that he can further his point, further solidify and give a, correct and proper breakdown. He sat down and he's counted the cost. He understands exactly what's at stake. He understands exactly what can come from, this outcry, this outpour of information. He understands that. Verse 29, lest happily after you have laid the foundation, it is not able to finish it, and all that behold it begin to mock him. What I hope and pray is that the brother continues to learn, but I also hope and pray that the brother doesn't give up, that the brother doesn't take this situation and everybody that's against him, both the people he's attacking and his own people. I hope he doesn't take that and then get discouraged and then falls back, because all that's beholding him is going to mock what he's doing and is going to mock, his whole crusade. And we don't want that. Okay. Let's get, another scripture, right? Because this is what our people are doing right now. See something real quick. This is what our people are doing right now. Leviticus 19, we're going to start at 16. Let's switch something up real quick. We're going to switch it to the ESV. I'm going to show you guys something. 19 and 16, right? It says, you shall not go around as a slanderer among your people. And that's literally what we're seeing. Nothing but slander. This man needs to be on medication. This man is crazy. He's wrong. He's incorrect. He's just seeking attention. This is what he always does. Just an all-out campaign slandering this man, which is the definition of being a devil. Which is the definition of being a devil. A talebearer or an informer. It said a slanderer to carry tales. It's now here's the thing. This is what's so crazy, right? When it says to carry tales, what's the main tale that we or what's one of the biggest tales that we've just seen them tell? Right? Let's see if y'all can see this. Let's see if y'all can see this. Can y'all see that? I wonder if I could just airdrop it to my. Hold on. See if I can drop this to my computer. We're gonna stop the screen share. Let's see if I can put this up. Damn. I'm trying to where'd that shit go? I share the entire screen. My bad, y'all. Share entire screen. So boom, share the entire screen and let's go to the preview. Can y'all see that? So this is the biggest lie. This is a slander right here. It says Kanye West, I only wish death on Jews who did me wrong. when did this man ever say this? When did this man ever say this? That's the lie right there. That's the slander. That's the tale that's carried on. Right? Because ain't no way in hell this man just said that. I've never seen it. I've never seen it at all. When did that man ever say that? I only wish death on Jews that did me wrong. Let's pull it up. Let's see what happened. Let's see where they get this from. And TMZ said that. Another media outlet. I don't know if TMZ is owned by Jews, but they sure do. Hey, I don't know. Here's the thing, right? Because Ye keeps saying the Jewish media outlets. Okay. Either you're owned and ran by Jews, and that's why you defend them, or you're not, but you're still defending Jews like they're your people. For all of these non-Jewish whites that have platforms that don't, or that are not Jews that have platforms, you sure are caping for Jews hard, more than you cape for black people. Again, you're not talking about when he's saying like, yo, Planned Parenthood is out here killing our people. Planned Parenthood is our Holocaust museum. They don't hear that at all. Let's go DEFCON 3. Let's see what DEFCON 3 is. Share my screen again. So watch this. It says the DEFCON system was developed by the Joint Chief of Staff and the Unified and Specific Combatant Commands. It says it prescribes 5 graduated levels of readiness. Listen, it prescribes 5 graduated levels of readiness. The DEFCON system is 5 graduated levels of readiness. or states of alert. Anything outside of that, I mean, you are making that up. You're fabricating something just to perpetuate a bold-faced lie. For who? For the U.S. military. This is what's so crazy, because it's something that the U.S. military uses, right? Levels of readiness or states of alert. What does this have to do with Jewish people? I'm going to show you, because it has something to do with it, because of what the U.S. did for Jewish people, not what the U.S. people have done against Jewish people. So even, and then of course the tweet itself says, oh, well, I'm going DEFCON. He didn't use DEF. He said death, DEATH, con. Either way, even if he misspelled it or he was incorrect in what he was referring to, if he brought this up, then how does that say he's wishing death on you guys? I still don't get it, because whether he spelled it right or wrong, even if he spelled it DEATH con, he's referring to the 5 graduated levels of readiness or the states of alert. I don't get it. But again, this is something that the U.S. military uses, right? It says it increases in severity from DEFCON 5, which is least severe. So it goes from bottom, blue, all the way up to white, to DEFCON 1, most severe, to match varying military situations, with DEFCON 1 signaling the outbreak of a nuclear war. So if we ever get to the point of a nuclear war, which we are headed to, which we are on our way to, right? And we understand that that is the inevitable. We understand that that's the end all be all, where who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, will return and gather and liberate his people, right? Those of us who endure unto the end and are now able to receive his salvation, right? So this is where Jewish people come in, DEFCON 3, because this is what Kanye West said, even though he spelled it wrong. DEFCON 3. It says on October 6th, 1973, Egypt and Syria launched a joint attack on Israel, right? Resulting in the Yom Kippur War. The United States became concerned. Now, here's the thing. This is a situation that happened October 6, 1973. Egypt and Syria, they launched an attack on Israel. Is this DEFCON 3? No, because remember, the defense readiness condition, these people are just retarded, is an alert. It's an alert state. It is a level of readiness or a state of alert. So just because this happened, DEFCON 3 is involving a situation with the people of Israel. Him saying I'm going DEFCON 3 is not the situation. DEFCON 3 is not them launching an attack. DEFCON 3 is the result of the attack. Let's see what happened. The United States became concerned that the Soviet Union might intervene. And on October 25th, right, about 19 days later, U.S. forces, including, it says Strategic Air Command, Continental Air Defense Command, European Command, and the Sixth Fleet, were placed on DEFCON 3. So if Kanye West is going DEFCON 3 on the Jewish community, that means that he has to be in a state of alert, or he's about to be put in a state of readiness, a state of defense. Defense readiness. Come on, guys. I mean, it's the easiest thing in the world, but you know what it is? When they're able to just broadcast and put out these type of stories and put out these type of headlines against our brother, you know what they're doing? They're playing on our ignorance. They're playing on us never fact checking. They're playing on us never making a diligent inquisition. In fact, let's stay here. I'll show y'all something. They're playing on us never doing this stuff. We never have to. We never make a diligent inquisition. We only take and validate what our oppressor says. If they don't say it, then we don't validate it. Then we don't take it as truth. We don't take it as anything else. Right? Watch this. Stop sharing. Let's go back. Let's go back to Leviticus 19. Excuse me. That's the wrong one. Deuteronomy 19. Mute. Deuteronomy 19:15. A single witness shall not suffice against a person for any crime or for any wrong in connection with any offense that he's committed. Right? It can't be one witness. Now, here's the thing. In order for you to determine what Ye meant by I'm going DEFCON 3 on the Jewish community, first of all, you'd have to ask him, because there's no way to determine that. But there's only a level of being offended. Oh, DEFCON, we know what happened with DEFCON 3, or we know a situation where DEFCON 3 was established, because guess what? There was another situation where DEFCON 3 was established here in America. It's called 9/11. Is where DEFCON 3 was established or was declared a level of defense. But since it's a statement made against the Jewish community, they just, oh, see, that means you want to do what they did to us. No. Now you're playing a game. And again, you're playing on our ignorance, right? But not a single witness should suffice against any crime committed in connection with an offense that's committed. Watch this. If a malicious witness rise to accuse a person of wrongdoing, then both parties to the dispute shall appear before the Lord, before the priests and the judges who are in office in those days. This is their law, right? Then what does the judges do? Because of course, Ye would say, that's not what I meant. But the Jewish community would say, yes, that is what he meant. He's trying to say he wants to attack us. He wishes death on us. Ye would say, I didn't do that. That's not. So now there's a dispute. So when there's a dispute, what do? You appear before the Lord. You appear before the priests and the judges who are in office in those days. Verse 18, the judges shall inquire diligently. And if the witness is a false witness and has accused his brother falsely, then what should happen? Verse 19, then you shall do to him as he had meant to do to his brother. So shall you purge the evil from your midst. How are we going to figure out what Ye meant? Again, the man speaks so ambiguously. He speaks so vague. There was nothing definitive about what he was saying until you ask him, until you clarify what he meant. And he said that I was becoming in defense. I was the one saying that you aren't going to continue to attack me. Why can Ye definitively say that that's what he meant? Why can Ye definitively say, this is what I meant by I'm going DEFCON 3? Because on a number of occasions, the man has said that he is a Jew just like you. Ye has said on a number of, I'm Jew also. My people are Jew also. We're the darker Jews, and we're the lost Jews, just like Jewish people. He said this on the interview that, has blown all of this up. I am too. So wouldn't you guys recognize that if Ye is saying he's a Jew like you, he's claiming that he's your people. So when it happened to you guys in 73, he's saying that was my people that it happened to, because we're all Jew. Ye's not like Ice Cube, Deshaun Jackson, Nick Cannon, that use the term real. He used the term also. That's what makes all of this so bad. This is where, points are made to say, me as a biological man, I could stake claim to being a woman. I could stake claim to not being a man. I could stake claim to, being anything I want in this place. But you bet not dare claim to be a Jew. You claim to be a Jew, that's a problem. That's a problem. They want us to not read. They want us to not only do they don't make diligent inquisition, but guess what? Our people join the party. We don't make diligent inquisition either. So if we don't make a diligent inquisition to help our brother, if we don't make a diligent inquisition to verify if he's actually said this or if he actually meant this, or if this is the stance and position he's actually taken, then what? We just sit here and just go along with it. And then we continue to slander. And then we continue to slander. Let's go back to Leviticus 19. You shall, verse 16, you shall not go around as a slanderer among your people, and you shall not stand against the life of your neighbor. People can understand, man, how dangerous it is for Ye, or for them to say that Ye is wishing death on Jews. You start spreading that type of lie, those are the type of things that can get his life taken. And any of our people that support that, or if any of our people stand for that and push that same type of narrative, that's standing against your neighbor's life. That's standing against your neighbor's life. What's that other one in the NIV? So goofy. What's this? In the NLT, do not spread slanderous gossip among your people. Do not stand idly when your neighbor's life is threatened. This man's life is being threatened. Like I said, not only just, the air that he breathes and the spirit that that his flesh possess or houses, but we're also talking about his livelihood. We're also talking about, again, his sanity and whether or not people are going to, respect the things that comes out of his mouth as truth. And a lot of us are doing is sitting back. A lot of you celebrities, man, that know you Israelites that have been practicing, the law, statutes, and commandments that you read about in the Bible and the Torah, that actually follow this lifestyle. For you guys to sit back and not say anything, man, that's a problem. That's a problem. You're in violation of Leviticus, the 19th chapter. You need to be speaking out and standing up for your brother, despising your life or whatever repercussions might come upon you for the sake of truth, being a disciple of Christ. Got another one. Got something else. Something our brother Dez Bryant spoke about yesterday, right? Which I thought was powerful. And this is what we need. This is what we need from our brother. Or this is what we need from a lot of our brothers, right? Yahbashim Yashar Brakatah Wat the Waters, my brother Don Mello. Appreciate it. Ooh, what time is it? 2:38. I got about 20 minutes before Deacon gonna come kick me off. Show y'all something real quick, right? Tire window. Boom. So it says, brother Des Bryant, this is on the Shade Room, right? They put a post up saying that, Kanye West apologizes for the hurt and confusion that he's caused in the Jewish community. But again, you still see they calling him Kanye West. This is our people. The Shade Room is a black platform. Still calling him Kanye West. It says, y'all better wake the fuck up. Kanye been in rooms none of y'all couldn't even imagine being in. It's shit that the majority will never understand. When I see Kanye, I see somebody that's tired of living a false narrative without being able to control his own. And that's really when you get into it. A lot of our people, we actually seen it on the Piers Morgan show. We actually seen it on the Chris Cuomo interview that he did, right, with both of them, where they're sitting there telling him what he can and cannot do, or telling him what he should do. And he's looking at them saying, like, you can't control and dictate my reality, my feelings, or my growth. And I forget exactly which one it was. I believe it was Cuomo, where Ye says, thank you for telling me how I feel. Isn't this the same thing that we criticize men for doing to women? Telling them how they feel or how they should feel? That's the gaslighting. That's the narcissism that's there that we can see. But why isn't it that, because the Shade Room, I ain't gonna say it's ran only by women, but the Shade Room is a black, a female platform. It's a black female platform. Why aren't they recognizing what whites and what Jews are doing to Ye as to what they complain and always speak out against men doing to them? They should be the first ones to understand it. But I guess maybe this is their opportunity to get black men back for not protecting them. Maybe this is their opportunity to get Ye back for going and laying down with a white woman, right? maybe that's what it is. Because like I said, the very thing that our women, black women, speak out against men in general or against black men about, this is the very same thing that these white people are doing to our brother Ye, and they're saying nothing on it. They continuously disrespect him like they do, calling the man Kanye West. But again, it says, people spend their time following the trend that's put in their face instead of actually knowing what the fuck is really going on. Have you ever been in a room where everybody know the problem but was afraid to speak on it? I have. Folks are afraid to lose what they have instead of trying to build up humanity the right way. I don't think that's crazy. And we just read that in the book of Luke, the 14th chapter. You have to be willing to give up and to lose and risk your own life. Whether you're going to lose your parents, whether you're going to lose your wife, you're going to lose your children, or you're going to lose your own life. You have to be willing to give that up for the sake of, and I'm going to tell you this, even where it says here, trying to build up humanity the right way. I'm not even going to try to, a lot of our people would see the term humanity. Oh, humanity. Nah, we ain't for humanity. We only for Israel. No, we're for humanity. And I'm going to explain why. Because when the so-called Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians wake up to their true identity as to who they are, being the Israelites that you read about in the Bible of the various 12 tribes, God's chosen people. When we come into that understanding, when we start to follow the ways of God and represent ourselves as the true chosen children of God, we're going to be put back into our original position that what? Other nations, heathens, Gentiles are going to look at and praise us for. So much to the point where they're going to follow after what we're doing. Remember, we're going to be a light unto these Gentiles. We're supposed to be the living example and representation of God himself here on the earth. Then once we get that position back, they're going to flow unto us. They're going to cleave unto us, and they're going to come and bow down to our God as we do. And that's when we're going to see humanity in its proper order, walking in the way in which God intends for them to. So it is for the sake of building up humanity. I always say that. You want world peace. Liberate the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Give us back what you took from us. Give us the ability, not really give us the ability, but watch what happens when we have the ability. It's not going to be given to you by, it's not going to be given to us by you. It's something that we're going to take. It's something that we're going to forcibly give ourselves. It's a power that we have to take back, that we have to regain control of. And once we do that, you're going to start to see how humanity betters itself. Again, Proverbs 29:2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. So yes, even though Des Bryant probably didn't mean it in that way, these are the little gems that we have to supply to our brothers to give them a full understanding from, to aid and to assist the perspective that they already have. They see things, and it's not for us to criticize them on what they don't know. It's to recognize the direction that they are in, which is in the right direction, moving away and stepping away from their oppressor. I had some more presets, man. This time be moving by fast, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. But look, so it says, we want to go along with anything that just fits. We want to go with anything so that we can fit in. It's difficult, man, to walk against and to stand against um the masses, right? It takes a lot. It takes a lot of courage. And that's why I thank the Most High, man, for just, you know, putting his spirit on me and like-minded brothers, man, when we were something that I'm a part of, man, has been built up so much, where we have a network of brothers and sisters that is phenomenal, man. It provides a level of safety and security, at least for me. I know that I feel comfortable knowing that I've enlightened people, people have enlightened me, and that we walk collectively with the understanding that we Israelites. Whether you feel like resting on Friday night to Saturday night, or I feel like resting on the day in which the moon determines, I still recognize and know that this brother respects and loves the Most High like I do. And therefore he's gonna respect and love me, and I respect and love that brother or even that sister. We got to understand that there's a security there. A lot of times our people want to be lukewarm. I got a couple scriptures. A lot of our people want to be lukewarm, right? Knowing maybe either they don't know that there's a community out there that they can feel comfortable with what they recognize or what they see and with what they put forth. There's a community out here, our community that, is watching this live right now. Again, that supports our brothers and sisters every day. There's a community out there that they could be a part of where they can feel comfortable knowing what they know, feeling how they feel. They can. But there's still that other side that they kind of want to be attached to, because either that's, what they've been in for some time and they're used to it. There's the uh side where it might be where they make their money. So many different things. But they want to still be associated with it, still be attached to it. Hey, you're gonna be in the world, man, but you can't be of the world. You're gonna be in it, but you can't be of it, and you got to pick a choice. So when we read in here, and I make the statement that we want to do anything just to fit in, the scripture says that what? Again, here's the thing: Exodus 23:1, thou shalt not raise a false report, and put not thy hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness. We was on Clubhouse the other day. Shout out to the sister Erica B too. Where me and her was having a conversation, and she had mentioned the comments that Ye made about George Floyd. And as I'm asking her, well, what comments did Ye make? And she uses the term, she says, well, he basically said, and I responded saying, no, we cannot go with the he basically said. We have to go with what he actually said. We have to go with what he actually said, because that's going to eliminate any false narrative or any misunderstanding. Once you tell me what he actually said, then I can go in and I can have a follow-up question to say, well, what is it about that bothered you? I don't want you to tell me what you feel like he said. I want you to tell me what he actually said. And this is what's so crazy. Man, here's another one. I got a lot of screenshots. I see things, you see things on the internet, and everybody know you either got to screen record it or you have to screenshot it. Again, immediately after the sister was like, you're right. Let me tell you what actually said. And I bring up that point because it says do not raise a false report. Quoting what someone said, especially in the position of ridiculing or convicting him for something, is important. You can't tell me what you feel like he said or what he basically said, because now you're putting your own spin and interpretation on it. It says, put not thine hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness, meaning you can't be influenced by other people to just join the narrative of he was wrong, and now you're witnessing against him to say you heard what other people heard, and that's just not true. Verse 2, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many, to wrest judgment, W-R-E-S-T, meaning to twist, right? You can't go and pervert and twist judgment following after many people and following that multitude to do evil, because that's a way in which you can, create this buzz and create this influence over people to get everybody, to turn against someone. You can create this campaign. It's a smear campaign that a lot of times our people do. They create this smear campaign. They get enough people on their side, get enough people to follow after them just to create this false narrative. And this is what our people have been victim of. Following after those who create this narrative. We don't make a diligent inquisition. We follow multitudes to do evil, and then we become slanderers and we become false witnesses. And the scripture says that whatever it is that we sought to do to our brother Ye, whatever it is that these people sought to do to our brother Ye with that false witness, they should receive the same punishment. You have to be precise. You have to be consistent and detailed, down to the detail when you quoting somebody, especially if you're offended at what they said. But here's the thing. I got a quote from one of Ye's biggest haters that is violating something that he put out and that he stands by. Who did that? Let's see. Let's see. I got something. Yeah, man. Hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. None other than who? None other than who? Charlemagne the God. What did he say? The weirdest shit in the world to me is when people ignore the actual words that came out of your mouth and they respond to what they feel you said. I'm gonna read it again. And this is something that I tell people all the time because it happens to me so much. The weirdest shit in the world to me is when people ignore the actual words that come out of your mouth and respond to what they feel you've said. And guess what? Nobody has quoted directly what Ye has said concerning George Floyd, what Ye has said concerning DEFCON 3, what Ye has said concerning the Jewish community, the comments that Ye has made on anything. They have not quoted it. They have only made comments about it. They've not said, Kanye said this, and this is a problem. You were going to go DEFCON 3. Let's go back to that. You said you were going to go DEFCON 3, and that means you wish death upon Jews. Never. He didn't say it. He just didn't say it. I'm a firm believer on, listen, man, if he said it, hey, bro, you said it, you was wrong. We could fix it. Nah, the man just didn't say it. Let's go back, though. October 6th of 73, Egypt and Syria launched a joint attack on Israel, resulting in the Yom Kippur War, right? The U.S. became concerned that the Soviet Union might intervene. And on the 25th, U.S. forces, including all of them, were placed on DEFCON 3. The U.S. forces were placed on DEFCON 3. So we recognize DEFCON 3 is as a result of the Yom Kippur, or what became the Yom Kippur War. Egypt and Assyria launching an attack on Israel. All right? That happened. U.S. forces, as well as all of these, were placed DEFCON 3. According to documents, declassified in 2016, right? So for however many years, we're talking about 40 years, these documents was classified. The move to DEFCON 3 was motivated by CIA reports indicating that the Soviet Union had sent a ship to Egypt. So why did they even be moved to DEFCON 3? Because there was intel that the Soviet Union, right, has sent ships to Egypt carrying what? Carrying nuclear weapons, along with 2 other amphibious vessels. This is the reason why they had reason to believe that Egypt had nuclear weapons and that they were going to launch an attack. That's why it happened, because of intel that was had. What intel does Kanye West have that makes him want to go DEFCON 3? He has intel and knowledge and the wherewithal of how these people move with their media platforms, of how they shame you, how they ridicule you, how they defame you, how they degrade you. That's the intel that he has. So he says, I'm moving DEFCON 3 because what I'm finna do, I know what you guys are going to try to do to me. And my defenses are up. I know that what I've already said has been such a problem that I know what you guys are going to try to do to me. I have intel on this. I know how you guys move. I've been the person in the room where I knew something was wrong and that nobody was going to speak up on it. I'm now speaking up on it. And I know what you're going to do to me. So what happened? Over the following days, the various forces reverted to normal status with the 6th Fleet standing down on November the 17th. So we're talking about, a little under a month that they were on DEFCON 3, right? Watch this. So all of this is under DEFCON 3. Operation Paul Bunyan was DEFCON 3, and the September 11th attacks were also DEFCON 3. Excuse me. It says order the DEFCON level to be increased to 3, and also stand by for a possible increase to DEFCON 2. It was then lowered to 4, 3 days after the attacks. These are things that we see. This is wild stuff, man. This is wild stuff. They will really sit up here and play a serious, sick, twisted game with us, man. They will sit up here and say play a serious, sick, twisted game against us because we don't make diligent inquisition, man. We got to be sharper. They are disrespecting us when they put these false narratives out about us and our people when it's not factual, and we look just as stupid as they're trying to make us out to be when we go along with it, when we're following this multitude to do evil. And we don't have to. All you have to do, man, is go, that man said that, let me see what he said. And when you go and listen to the video that are being made, you'll see exactly what the man said. He was being long-winded. He told you, I heard or I seen on the Candace Owens documentary. And when you go look at that documentary, when you go look at there's a video, I don't know if the brother took it down, but when you go look at the video, listen, this was so crazy. I've been trying to find where I could watch it. If anybody knows where I can find this documentary, how I can watch it, email me on the Sicari San Diego at Gmail. Send it to me, because the only place that is streaming is on this website called Daily Wire, and they're making you pay annually, right? Which is, it comes out to $144 for you to sit up and watch this documentary. I'm just not doing that. I'm not interested in it that much. But saying all that to say, when it goes into the documentary, exactly what Ye said is what the documentary is saying. They were making a case that it was fentanyl, or that he was high on fentanyl, and that they were making a case to say that I think his name was Derek Chauvin or David Chauvin, whatever the damn dude's name was, that his knee was not on his neck consistently for the 8 minutes, and that that it wasn't his fault. I'm gonna tell you, here's the thing though. This is what makes it crazy. Sakari San Francisco, my brother. Exactly. I need it because I want to watch it. So if you could send it to me right now, bro, or whenever you get some time, please. I need that. Here's what happened though. Whether he died from fentanyl or whether he died, excuse me, not whether he died from, whether fentanyl was involved. Yeah, how about I'm just saying 9910. I appreciate you, the water. If fentanyl was involved, it doesn't take away from what the police officer did. Because obviously he was off fentanyl before he had an interaction with the police. So whatever the police did to him is what induced or is what was the catalyst to him dying, or what was the catalyst to the fentanyl having a fatal effect on him. It was a catalyst to that. It doesn't take away from it. So even when our people are in such uproar or are tripping so much about Ye and his comment, it does not take away from what the police officer did. Therefore, it's not justifying what they did, nor is it insensitive to what our brother George Floyd endured. It doesn't. The Wadak, I'm about to go look at it right now, man. I need that. But it's so much more. It's so much more that it's so much stuff that's going on right now, man. Our brother Ye needs help. He doesn't need psychiatric help. He doesn't need mental help. He doesn't need medication. He doesn't need medication. Yabashim Yashabakata, what the water to the brother Mikhail, right? Malak. I appreciate you, Wak. Somebody just said, Ye said they hit him with the fentanyl. Now, here's the thing, right? Even in the documentary, just a piece that I seen, one of the concerns that was raised is that they found chewed up pieces of fentanyl and meth tablets or pills on the floor of the police car. They found chewed up tablets of meth and fentanyl pills on the floor. So even when Ye said they hit him with the fentanyl, there's a possibility that as they're scuffling or trying to subdue him and putting him in the car, that they could have popped some damn tablets in his mouth. You just don't know. And that's pretty much going back to what I was saying in the beginning. That's pretty much what I was saying in the beginning. You don't know. Until you go, it's so funny that you brought that up, because when I was telling Chief about this the other day, that was what I brought up. Dave Chappelle's been telling us this from the longest. Situation happened, police come on the scene, what do? You sprinkle a little crack on them. You sprinkle a little crack on them. When they see what was going on with this man and the way in which it was going, they could have easily just sprinkled a little crack on him, sprinkled a little crack in his mouth, or popped some fentanyl or some meth pills in his mouth. We see it happen. We've known it to happen. Beautiful point. I thank you for saying that, because I would have forgot right now. I'm kind of rushing. I know Deacon is finna go on right now. Our brother Ye needs help, meaning protection and support, not mental help. He doesn't need to be put on a 72-hour hold. He don't need to be put in a straitjacket. He don't need to be hugging himself for 72 hours or to go through shock therapy or to be put on any type of psych meds. He don't need none of that. He needs the help and support of his people. If we have an issue with Ye, aka or formerly known as Kanye West, if we have an issue with him, we will deal with Ye on our own time in private. And that's the point. That's the issue that we have. I don't care if Ye did wrong. We will deal with Ye. Behind closed doors, we're not going to stand against our brother and against his life as it's in danger against the people that have been continuously oppressing us. And that's what our brother Ye needs. And our people need to stand up, especially those of you who know you Israelites, and especially those of you like a Dez Bryant who knows that the brother is telling the truth, and you need to stand behind him. Reach out to that brother and let Ye know, hey, Sakari is looking for you, Ye. If you need somebody, hey, you have the support here. With that, we'll give all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High God, but now Yahweh will do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Mashiach Yahushai. If you haven't already, like, subscribe to the channel, hit that like bell, share this video, please, Lord willing. You know, we get more information and more videos on this. Check out that last video that I just posted, man. I did a live on it. I had to take it down and re-upload it because I got flagged for one of the songs that I played on there. I had a sample on it, and then it got flagged, so I had to re-upload it. But it's about finding your inspiration. It's about finding that place to bear that cross and to take on that cross and to know that what you're doing is going to be rewarded with something far more than you could have ever even imagined. Check that video out. It's a good video, just letting you know that the inspiration is all around you. Find it and then go take up that cross. Forsake all, despise all, even your own life, and go be a disciple of Christ. Go spread the message that life, liberty, and happiness is coming to the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, who are the Israelites you read about in the Bible, God's chosen people. All right. Shalom. Go check that out. Like I said, man, like, share, subscribe. And like I said, Lord willing, we'll be back soon. Shalom.